Good morning. I'm Aaric Eisenstein, the Avian Rebbe, and today we're going to go on an interrupted walk. It's going to be a gooder, I'm promising. So today we're going to head out to Hornsby Bend, and we're going to think and see and reflect about things that are firsts. That's right, firsts. And in this particular case, as you'll see, we're going to see an osprey. And as soon as I quit yakking, in just a few seconds, promise again, you're going to see some absolutely stunning footage of a gorgeous osprey in flight. So, welcome to this morning's walk. Let's go hit the trails. This has been a very resonant morning for me. One of the earliest birds I saw today was this absolutely stunning osprey. And I'm back at a park where I first saw my osprey, the very first I'd ever seen. And I was immediately transported back to the precise place where I saw the bird, transported back to the precise set of feelings, the same environment that I experienced when I saw this absolutely spectacular sight. I remember frantically grabbing a photo, rushing home, asking for confirmation from the bird nerds that this was in fact an osprey. But even at the time, I recall the feeling of newness, of enrichment that I experienced when I saw this bird. For me, it wasn't a question of adding something new to my life list. And certainly ospreys aren't uncommon or in any way notable from that perspective. But the idea that I had now seen and experienced something that in its own right is clearly transcendent was a very special part of that morning out at the park. This morning, I recalled that same sense of newness, of enrichment, but also I had the advantage, the seasoning, if you will, of having seen many ospreys since then, in a variety of different places, acting in different ways, even carrying fish. And there's something at this point in life that is a bit richer when reflecting on that prior memory of excited, frantic discovery? No. But as I say, there's a richer understanding, a perspective that comes from not just experiencing something new, but rather from reflecting back on that first encounter. It was truly special. Quick commercial interruption. I hope that you're enjoying this morning's interrupted walk. If you are, push that little subscribe button down below. It really helps YouTube know that people are going to like this and show it to more folks. Plus, it's a massive dopamine hit for me, so really, do me a solid. Also, be sure to stay until the end because we've got two important action suggestions, things that you can do today to start putting this sense of firsts into your life. And now, back to the trails. Jewish tradition is very cognizant of the new and the first time for things. Perhaps it all dates back to the very, very first word of the Torah, in the beginning. Newness is a big deal. There are prayers that we say thanking God for creating us, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this season. That's a fairly common prayer, recited each time we experience something new. It could be the beginning of a holiday, it could be the first day that you spend in a new home, it could be the first time that you do something, experience something, have some kind of activity in your life that's special and meaningful. And then there are a whole set of other prayers that also acknowledge the new. So for example, the first time that you see a blooming tree in the season, you say a prayer of thanksgiving. The first time that you encounter the sea, or a particularly majestic mountain, or see a rainbow, there is a prayer of thanksgiving and acknowledgement. And these prayers, these latter prayers, for things like seeing the sea or tasting a new fruit in season, are not said only one time in your life. On the contrary, there is a reset period where, whether it is the season of a fruit or 30 days for seeing the ocean, we acknowledge that what was new is no longer, and yet at the same time, we make certain that we still have that sense, albeit delayed a little bit, of newness, of awareness, of appreciation for a beautiful encounter. These prayers echo that same sense of acknowledging what is new and has absorbed into our psyches over time, such that we appreciate it, reflect upon it in a new way as we age and gain an experience. Well, I certainly hope that you enjoyed this morning's interrupted walk. As promised, 2 action suggestions you can do today to start putting this sense of firsts into your life. Action suggestion number 1. Reflect back for a minute. Go get a pencil, I'll wait. Okay. Think about 3 things that you've done in your life for the first time. It could be the first time you went somewhere, the first time you met someone important, the first time that you saw a concert, whatever it happens to be. Think back on that first. Now, go a little deeper. Think about how it made you feel. Think about how you felt at the time. Think about how it makes you feel today to reflect back on it. Absorb that feeling. Really take it in. What does it mean in your life to have had a first experience? Action suggestion number 2. If that was a good thing, and I'm going to presume that it was, let's take it out forward. So, go grab your calendar. Again, I'll wait. Okay, you've got your calendar. Put 3 things on it. Firsts, things you've never done before. It could be as simple as reading a book in a genre that you don't ordinarily read. It could be planning that trip that you've always wanted. It could be putting roller skating lessons or bowling lessons or a pool lesson on your calendar. Something that takes you out of your comfort zone. Something that will truly be a first. Think about how it makes you feel to put it on the calendar. Are you excited? Probably. A little scared? Likely. That's okay. That's what first is all about. These are important things. It's easy, particularly as we get older and more accomplished, to simply do the same things we've always done. It's what's gotten us to where we are. But being able to take that sense of first and incorporate it into our daily life, no matter how old we are, how experienced, how successful, blah, 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 that's meaningful. Go do it. And again, action suggestion number 3 is available to the nice folks who subscribe to my free email newsletter. I'll put a link in the description below. Go ahead and sign up. You'll get free birdie goodness every single week. And in the meantime, If you would, hit that subscribe button. Next week, there's going to be another interrupted walk, and I look forward to seeing you then. Until then, be grounded, fly high.